I'm Mary Elizabeth Davis, and welcome to The List. This is a new feature of our Board of Education meetings where it's really my goal to bring you a brief synopsis of the business of the board and to lift up this work that matters from our boardroom to our classroom. So each month, it's going to be my goal to really walk you through the work that was presented by staff that set the table for the board to have discussion and to provide you insights into each of the action items that our Board of Education considered and the results of their actions.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here this evening. I now call the November 21st, 2024 meeting of the Cherokee County School Board to order.
So as we get started this month, I want to begin by just talking a little bit about the first board report, which was our school improvement plans. Now, even though this board report was center stage this month, it's a story that began a few months back when our Board of Education convened in August for the first time ever to set district-wide goals on the performance of students in English language arts and reading proficiency. Now, the clarity that our board has created has been instrumental in unifying all 40 of our school campuses together around a shared mission of kids learning more, growing more, and achieving more right here in a Cherokee classroom than they could anywhere else. And because our board set those goals, each of our school principals and their leadership teams and their staff were able to consider the performance of students at their school and what types of goals should be applied and informed so our entire district reaches our goals. Action steps are incorporated, and really our schools did such great work in order to determine what would we do to get better on behalf of kids each and every day. Now, the full school reports are available for you, and each of the school improvement plans designed by each school are available to you on our district website. And our board had exceptional discussion around each of these school improvement plans, and I'd invite you to really view the full discussion and board report at the timestamp you see below. For now, this school improvement plan process, it's really a significant centerpiece to the foundation of this organization, and it's really a glimpse into how our boardroom and our classrooms are so closely connected. All right, so let's now talk about the second board report that I want to bring to your attention in this short recap. In this board meeting, our Board of Education considered an adjusted timeline to the development of our FY26 budget. That's right, here in November, we've already got to start talking about the budget that will support operations for next school year. Well, the Board of Education evaluated our revenue, and we really set the table for some of our board's considerations as we move into the coming months. You see, there are two important revenue constraints that we have to consider now. The senior tax exemption has been expanded, and that's going to result in $14 million less for the school district next year. Well, in addition to that, the November ballot included a constitutional amendment changing the Constitution and introducing a floating homestead exemption, which could cause the school district to receive less revenue beyond what we were already projecting. Well, as the board considers these significant implications in the budget development season, they had an incredible conversation about the path ahead. Now, the board is really studying this deeply because come the new year, our board is going to have the opportunity to opt out of this floating homestead exemption, which of course is significant as we project our revenue and the sustainability of our overall district operations for years to come. Now, this full staff report and board discussion is available on the district website, and I'd highly recommend you stay connected as this information develops in the coming months, because we really are focused on ensuring our schools are safe and secure every day, students are learning at a high level every day, and that our young people have access to the best professionals both in the classroom and those who support the classroom. Now, the next part of the board meeting that I want to share with you is really getting the board to talk about the business of the board, the actions that they took where they had to vote on different matters that came before them. They voted on their legislative priorities, and really what that means is how we will work with our legislative delegation under the Gold Dome starting in this new legislative season next year. And we also had the board take action on authorizing a construction company to build River Ridge High School's auxiliary gym. That's a project that has been on our East West project list endorsed by our voters several years ago and is funded through that penny special sales tax that is on all goods purchased here in our community. And our board also took action on a new policy. And this policy actually, well, this is a little bit different than a typical policy. You see, our Board of Education, each member, we actually got together and each member studied really what does it mean to have our core business be teaching and learning, have clarity around accountability for outcomes, and how should we operate as a district. And they did that study in October, and really the weaving together of their perspectives and their ideals is found in this new governance policy. It really substantiates the tenets of governance because a high-performing district actually starts with a high-performing Board of Education. And high-performing boards of education are crystal clear around the goals that they're going to set and the tenets of their governance that will govern the organization. I'd highly recommend you take a read of this new policy, Policy BAB, which is the tenets of governance for this district. It's really available for any feedback or recommendations because our board will take final action on that policy at the December board meeting. And it's going to be a milestone moment where we really construct with clarity the conditions that we set for every school, every classroom, and every student in our district. Well, thank you for joining me for this first installment of The Lift, where I'm really aiming to lift up the work of the Board of Education and make certain that you have access to staying informed as we elevate the excellence in Cherokee County Schools.